Perfect. All right. This is Social Media Made Simple. My name is Jenna Huttula. I'm a diamond ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. It's a health and wellness company, and it is a global e-commerce opportunity. One of the things that is really cool is that if we had met 5 years ago, I only had 200 followers on social media, and that was a closed social media account. So what that means is that it was never open to anybody outside of my immediate friends or family. If we went to church together, we're in small group, or we did homeschooling co-ops, then we were real friends and we could be friends on social media as well. But up until that point, all of my social media accounts were closed and private. So in 13 months, I want to share why I feel like I'm qualified to be able to share this information with you tonight. Is within 13 months of starting with my company, I earned 6 figures leveraging social media. And then from there, I ended up being in the top 1% of our entire company. I now run a global e-commerce business in 4 countries, including Australia, which actually I'll be leaving for in less than 2 weeks to go and help our team there on the ground. Not only do we leverage social media to reach a larger, broader audience, but it is nothing like that hands-on face-to-face opportunity that we all have. But through social media, we have the beautiful opportunity to get our message out, to get our word out, to get what we're sharing, the things that you're passionate about, the things you love. And for me personally, when I found products that I loved, that actually worked, that made a huge difference in my health and wellness, I personally could not shut up about it. And so I had to share. And one of the ways that I chose to share was to monetize my social media accounts, to open them up, to learn the things. And so tonight, I want to thank you for trusting me and joining us here. But I'm excited because I'm going to share with you what that looks like and truly how simple it is for you to share on social media. So like I shared, if you're in ministry, this is for you. If you're in marketing, this is for you. If you're in real estate, this is for you. If you're in banking, this is for you. If you're a school teacher, your page is probably locked down. You don't want your kids stalking you, but it's okay. This is for you. More than ever before, social media is being seen as a beautiful platform to be able to leverage all sorts of opportunities. So tonight, we're going to cover a couple of those things. The chat is open. So first of all, if you are the first time, and this is the first time you've ever sat in on one of my masterminds, will you drop a 1 in the chat just so that I could see who's the first timers? Where are you at? All right, look at that. I love it. Erica's here. Yay. All right. And next, we're going to be really active in our chat tonight. So you want to stay tuned because I'm going to do some fun drawings. So you want to keep up to date. And if you're on this call, it's probably because you pre-registered, right? You pre-registered, you got the link. Fantastic. Immediately following this call, you check your email. You're going to receive your Social Media Made Simple workbook that has some more in-depth tips and tricks and some opportunities for you to journal and figure out a couple of key things for you personally, what it looks like. Again, whatever your e-commerce business, whatever your message is, whatever you want to get out, you're going to learn that tonight. Hopefully, made simple. How many of you are overcomplicators? You know who you are. Oh my gosh, this is why we're friends. Okay, I love it. Kelsey's like, me. Okay, because we can do that, right? How many of you actually actively follow me on social media? I'm just interested to see. Okay. How many of you, does it drive you crazy when you read my posts and you're like, does this girl spell check anything? Like, honestly, come on now. Faith, I love her. See, she's like, spell check. And she might even message me and be like, did you mean to say ship or that other word? Spell check. But this is the reality of it. I can get so overwhelmed that I will shut down and rethink my post, and then I'll delete the whole thing. And then I get busy and I get distracted and I get chasing 7 kids around the house, trying to put underwear on people, make sure we have clean shoes, and forget it. The post that I had the heart and the intention and the goal to get out didn't happen. So you hear me share a lot that it's better done than perfect. So if this is your first mastermind with us, you're going to write that down because you should have your handy dandy pen and paper ready to go. You're going to want to take notes tonight. Okay. So it's better done than perfect. I don't spell check as detailed as I should. Now I will fill you in. Funny story. I got banned for Facebook for 30 days because they said I was inciting violence. I said, it's too good to, what did I say? It's too good to be true. Pinch me. It translated it to punch me. I got flagged and thrown into Facebook jail for 30 days. So you do want to like preview your text and make sure you're not inciting violence. You're not threatening to burn the house down with the giant spider tarantula from Australia. They don't like that either. Okay, there's certain key words that you want to be aware of. If you use, you can get flagged and then your posts disappear. And then you limit your opportunity to get your word out. So tonight, I am so excited because we have people from all over the world on this call. So in the chat, drop where you're from. You're going to hear me throughout the night asking you to drop in the chat. This is a very engaging thing. I want to see where you guys are from. I'm praying for you all up north because you guys up north are really, really cold. You have got like 20 inches of snow or something crazy. I know because we're like 63 degrees in South Florida and we're freezing our butts off. Like, we're like, it's so cold, right, Leanne? We're like, bundle up. Where's the fire? Y'all up north are like, that's not even funny. Like, I can't leave my home, right? I'm at PSL, Port St. Lucie, South Florida, Wisconsin. I know that we have some friends from Australia that are tuning in and watching. Just so exciting. In Canada. Okay. Well, you guys, you have your pen. You have your paper. I want to share with you something that's really valuable. Something that, to be all transparent on, I'm working on this year is embracing the things that I'm really good at. So what's something that you're really good at? Drop that in the chat. Give yourself a high five. And it doesn't have to do with your business. You can be a great mom. You can be a great wife. You can be a great chef, baking, cooking. Okay, this is why we're friends. Home decorating, design, organizing, teaching, a mom, cooking, recruiting, strategy, food, natural medicine, organs like hairstyling. Love it. Listening and caring for others. That's a valuable tool. We are quick to listen, slow to speak, right? That is a really good, valuable tool to use and to learn. Teaching, math, decorating. Look at all these things. I want you to keep this in mind. So not only did you drop it in the chat, but I want you to take it and write it down. Whatever you put in the chat that you're really good at, I want you to write it down. Okay, ministry opportunities. Being a grandma. I heard that being a grandma is better than being a mom. I don't know yet. All the grandmas are like, yes, you give it back. Okay, I'm not there yet. Maybe one day. All right. Are you guys ready? One of the things that I'm really good at today is teaching, is training, and is showing others how to do exactly what I've done to get to where I'm at. Not only did I earn those 6 figures in that first 13 months, but I've gone on the last 4 years. I'm claiming that 14 years. We're going to take that. The last 4 years to be a consistent 6-figure a year earner with my company. Earning trips, cars, all of these amazing incentives. But more than any of those things, it's this time together that truly makes my heart so happy. That and painting rocks. Okay. Hashtag happy rocks. We're going to talk about other ways to leverage social media at the end. So let me share with you one of the things that I created specifically for you so that you guys can see and hear exactly what I'm talking about. Now I just got to find it. And I disappeared. Stick with me. This was supposed to all be ready to go. See? All right, you guys can see, right? And you can still hear me? All right, this is social media made simple. So like it says tonight in the added chat, you're gonna participate, you're gonna comment, your workbook is gonna follow along immediately following this live event. You got your pen, got your paper, let's get started. All right, I wanna share with you some really cool things because I do love teaching. Have you ever heard or known about the history of social media? Who remembers MySpace? Where are y'all at? Drop a one in the chat if you got in on that fun. If you were like, yeah, I was a part of that MySpace. Well, MySpace was the very first social media site to reach 1 million monthly active users. It achieved this milestone back in 2024. That was literally 20 years ago. Social media has been around for 20 years. Now, arguably, that was the beginning of social media as we know it. And since then, Facebook has now dominated social media market for more than a decade. But did you know that there's 5 other platforms that also have more than 500 million users? So if you're using social media and you're leveraging that to get your word out, to get your message out, to share the things you love with the people that you love, you are expanding your network. No longer can you just simply share something with a small cluster group of people. You have billions with the B of people out there that are actively searching for what you have to offer. So today, the most used social media with 2.3 billion users is Facebook. Arguably, Facebook is the most used and most popular social media platform, followed behind closely by YouTube, Instagram, WeChat, and with over 1 billion users, Tumblr, TikTok, they can come up next with 500 million. Who else has multiple social media accounts? Like you don't just have one social media, right? I know Teresa, she's over on Instagram. She's got Facebook, all right? We have multiple accounts. So therefore, you're actively growing your network outside of just one platform. Have you noticed that when you're on certain platforms that there are certain types of different amounts of people? More than ever, a younger demographic is very quick and they love the TikToks. They love the Reels. They love the Instagram, the shorts on YouTube. These are opportunities that are quick, fast-paced little glimpses of education, of information, of humor, and of empowerment. And we're going to talk some more about that. So if you have multiple accounts, will you drop a 2 in the chat for me? I know personally, it's not on here. I would love for it to be Pinterest. That rabbit hole is fantastic. I love it. I could sit down and be on Pinterest for hours, but I've learned to limit my time because Pinterest is a driving engine. What it is a visual Google. So if you think of it that way, it is actually another platform and an opportunity for you to get your message out. However, with Pinterest, you want to be able to drive traffic through your posts, through your images to a landing page, another platform, a website. So Pinterest, don't discount that. It is a great opportunity because people are actively searching for fill in the blank. Whatever it is that you're sharing, whatever it is that you're interested in, whatever it is that you love to do. Teresa's on. She is amazing at quilting. She could go to Pinterest and type up baby quilts right now. She would not be alone. There would be millions of other women and men that are out there investigating, researching, trying to find the perfect baby quilt pattern. That's a niche. That's something people are actively going to look for. So let's keep going on. All right. But did you know that through social media, more than ever before, that 85% of all e-commerce business is currently happening from referrals? That's huge. That means that friends and family are sharing the things they love online with their friends or their followers. So I want to ask you, what's the last thing that you shared online that you were not being paid for? drop that in the chat. I know for me, I am experiencing a new embracing as a almost 47-year-old. I'm embracing my curls finally. I have so many curly girl friends, and they're like, Jenna, why do you keep blowing your hair out? Because curly hair takes work. It is easier to blow it out, style it, and be done for days. But it wasn't until I had several friends say, you have to try this, you have to try that. And that's what we do. We refer the things we love with people. And you don't always get paid for it. But I want to share with you that when you share actively on social media, not just the things that you're earning incomes from, but overall, you're adding value to people, then what is really exciting is that when you go to share something that you are being paid a commission on, or you're earning an income from, it's just another avenue that people will say, oh, okay, Darcy shared about the gardening tips. If she shared about the gardening tips and that thing was great, and those gardening shares were fantastic, then when she shares about X, Y, and Z, her products, what it is she's interested in, or something else, oh, of course, Darcy said that I needed that. It was great. So she says, I need this. Right. I need that. What you're doing is you're starting to educate people and raise awareness and add value to them. Inherently, we are a culture that shares the things we love with the people we love. It's just how it works. Have you ever heard of the phrase, I learned it from TikTok? And if you're an older generation, you might even be like, what's TikTok? It's a new platform. Okay. But there's a whole generation of people that are actually leveraging and using TikTok to educate people on so many different avenues. And it's short blips of information. Anybody want to guess what the attention span is currently for those people on social media? If you have an idea of it, will you blow it up in the chat for me? What do you think that looks like? Because it's actively changing. But traditionally in the last year, it's kind of been about the same. All right. Who said 8 seconds? Did anybody? You've ever sat in on one of my corporate trainings? We talk about this. People today have the attention span of a gnat. They just do. No more are people going through social media to read the long, beautiful, heartfelt blogs and posts and chapter books. They want their information fast and quick. And that is why they're going to platforms that use videos to educate. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Snapchat, that's another one, okay? Anybody share a reel lately or a video or a TikTok to a friend? So one of the things my husband and I have done recently, which has been fun, we're in a season where we are looking actively for joy. We want to look for joy. We want to look for the things that fill our hearts and make us happy. So one of the things that we do is there was a reel and it said the husband and wife were sitting on either ends of the couch. And they were each laughing at whatever it was they were watching, and they were sending each other the reels. And they called it a date night. And my husband looked up at me and he goes, does that count as a date? See, his word of the year is intentionality and to be focused. And so he wants to have more date time and be intentional. And I said, well, it could. It counts as, I would count it as quality time. So we sat in bed for 30 minutes and just watched the craziest, funniest reels together. We laughed so hard. We actually learned a couple of things at the same time, but we laughed so hard that we woke the kids up and they came in like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're watching reels. You didn't see this. They were so pleased that we were watching reels. Just saying, they were excited about that. But it's something fun. But they go short and they're fast. They're not very long, but they are engaging and entertaining. So you guys are aware that marketing companies have been using social media since its inception. Before there was social media, they were leveraging marketing through ad campaigns. And we are so preconditioned at this point in our time that we see our favorite actors and actresses They're sharing their favorite face wash or their favorite makeup brand that makes their skins glow. And it creates such a buzz because so-and-so is using it that it must be good. I just want to give you a reality check. They aren't actively using it. They are being paid to leverage their influence to make profits for the bottom line of a company somewhere that's selling something. It's called marketing. They were able to leverage their influence to be able to make an income, not only for themselves, but for a product that they're sharing. Anybody else ever purchased something from someone they liked because they were famous and they thought, well, Jennifer Aniston, if I could have abs like her at 50 something, that would be great. Or Jennifer Lopez here. I would love to, like, I'm going to fit into that outfit for Las Vegas. Like, that would be fabulous. Right? So in one word, what was the last thing that you purchased from somebody that you were influenced to purchase on social media? I shared that it was that hair care products. I had friends tell me about it. And then as soon as they talked about it, the funniest thing happened. My social media, my algorithms kicked in. And then all of a sudden I started seeing ads and I started seeing influencers and I started seeing products pop up, right? So it goes to show you that what you speak about and what you focus on expands. Now the question was it always there and I just didn't see it? Or because of these little gizmos and these little algorithms and these tools that the social media platforms use where they can now actively drive traffic to the right people. So I want to ask you, why not you? Why couldn't you leverage that same opportunity? You don't have to be a celebrity to be an influencer. You can be the best you that you were created to be. One of my favorite things is when we talk about word of mouth advertising. I think we could all agree that this is the best kind of advertising, hands down. McKinsey & Company reported that word of mouth is the primary factor behind 20 to 50% of all purchasing decisions. Would you agree if someone tells you that is the best sushi restaurant in town, that you're going in, one, with a positive, expectant attitude that it is going to be really good, and two, that when it is, what do you do next? You share it. Because remember, we're inherently a culture that shares the things we love. If you didn't like it, you're probably not going to talk about it and you're not going to share it with people. If it was horrendous and really bad, then you might actually make a post. And you might be like, listen, you shouldn't go there. But the BCG reported that word of mouth is 2 to 10 times more effective than paid advertising. That is huge. Nielsen also found that 77% of people were more likely to buy a product, even more if their friend recommended it. How true is that? How true is that? Well, I want to share some tips with you on leveraging your social media to make a greater impact and to get our message, our businesses out to a larger audience. There are over 4.8 billion social media users worldwide, representing 59% of the global population and 92% of all internet users. That's a huge statistic. This was even crazier. From April 2022 to April 2023, there were 150 million new social media users within that year. That means brand new accounts that just came online. So if you feel like you're sharing and your business isn't growing, you feel like you're posting and things aren't moving and your church isn't filling and your message isn't getting out and you're not selling homes or you're not getting people in the door for your brick and mortar business or your e-commerce business or your marketing business is not growing, then I want to let you know that there's a couple of things that you're probably going to want to work on to drive the traffic, because remember, everyone's out there searching for something. And if you have something that is valuable, that adds value, that helps and fills a need for someone somewhere, then they just need to be able to find you. And to be able to find you easier is the key. Now, this is really important. This is where we're going to talk about what makes you, you, and uniquely you. One of my favorite quotes by John Maxwell says that when you add value to others, you will never take advantage of them. This is really key because what makes you you is actually your superpower. So I would like for you to take a second and write down 5 things that make you uniquely you. So take a second and write down 5 things that make you you. These things can include places you like to go, things you like to do, foods you like to eat, hobbies you love to do, ministries you love to support, things that you are passionate about. When you've got those 5 things down, I would love for you to share one in the chat. A hobby, a place you'd love to go, something you'd love to eat. The fun part of this is that when you start to really write it out, you can start to see what it looks like to who you're going to meet, who you're going to talk with, who you're going to be able to help. And we're going to talk a little bit more about what that looks like. So don't forget, blow up the chat. We're going to be sharing and doing a drawing at the end from all of those. Let's do a social media checkup really quick. Who has their phone handy? Like if you're on your phone, Lisa Montgomery, you got your phone handy. All right, so you're not on your phone. So this is what I want Lisa to do. Lisa's going to give us an example of this. Are you okay with that? All right, so we're going to do a social media checkup. If you have your phone handy and you're not actively watching us on your phone, I want you to go to your social media platform. We're going to check and see, like our friend John says, how are we adding value to our audience, to our followers, to our friends through social media. So you're going to open up your social media and you're going to scroll through your personal page, not your news feed. You're going to go to your landing page. You're going to go to your personal page. And I want you to look through that really quickly. So Lisa, will you unmute for me?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So you got your Facebook page open, I'm assuming Facebook. Is that one of your favorite platforms?
Probably.
Okay. And Lisa, how old are you?
61.
Fantastic. So you're the perfect demographic for Facebook.
Right.
That tends to be where we hang out, right? Now, if you're a Gen Zer or you're a Gen X or younger generations, you're going to be on TikTok. Now, Lisa, you and I would look at TikTok and go, I don't get it. And I can't get rid of the nasty language. Like, I don't know how to get this to stop. So then what we do is we just don't use it.
Yep.
Correct?
Right.
So if you look at your social media now and you opened up your personal page, we're going to take a checkup of what it looks like for you. So will you go through and just quickly tell us, like, if it's a product post or a lifestyle post or education, like, tell us what it looks like.
Inspirational post. A reel about slim down, get balanced. A post about reading the Bible recap. Another inspirational. A dinner post. A testimony. A photo of the sunrise. Another testimony, inspirational. Photo of me talking about products, my 2024 intentions, another dinner post about what I'm going to be doing in January, a photo of races I've done with my sister, income opportunity potential for January, Happy New Year, New Year's Eve, photos with my granddaughter, products.
Great, you are on it. So how active are you on social media? How many posts a day do you feel like you're actively posting?
At least one a day. My goal is at least one a day.
I love that. So this is the question, without seeing your Facebook page right now, does it look like an infomercial for the company or the products that you're using?
At the moment, no, but it has in the past.
But it has in the past. It's so easy to do, right? So it could be the products that you're sharing. It could be the houses you're selling or the job that you're working. So one of the things we don't want to do is we don't want to be, wait. Oh, wait. The don't be weird is coming. That's the next one. We don't want to be weird. We want to add value. So I want to talk to you about two women that did an incredible job of adding value before social media was even a thing. Okay. So Lisa, it sounds like you're locking down your social media. You're adding value. You're inspiring others. You're educating them. You're raising awareness, and you're entertaining through your reels, which is grabbing their attention very quickly. So I want to give you a high five. You're doing a really great job.
Thank you.
If you're on this call and you're kind of like, I'm looking at my social media right now, and it's like product, and there's no lifestyle, there's no hobby, there's no passion, there's no education, it's okay. You're going to learn some more tonight, and with your Social Media Made Simple workbook on what you can do to fix that. Okay. But who remembers who this is? If you are younger, you might be like, I have no idea who she is. It's okay. It's all right. I can't do the wobble and you won't hold it against me. Right. So if you remember who this is, drop it in the chat. What is her name? The entrepreneur's name. Okay. If you're not muted, can you mute yourself? There's far too many of you for me to track through and see who's not muted. All right. But I want to tell you, if you don't know who this is, it's Martha Stewart. She is the OG of lifestyle branding and influence before social media influencers were even a thing. She grew her lifestyle brand. She started catering business in the late 1970s. Soon she became known for her gourmet menus and her unique creative presentations and her home cleaning. And within a decade, she had grown into $1 million business, serving a number of corporate and celebrity clients. Today, she has sold over millions of magazines, recipe books, and is well known for fill in the blank. When you think of Martha Stewart, what do you think of? Josie, can you unmute and tell me, when you think of Martha Stewart, what do you think?
I think of her home cooking, and I also think of Snoop Dogg, because she always does videos and interviews with Snoop Dogg.
She must you really like Snoop Dogg too, I know. So
in her decorations, she's an amazing decorator as well.
Right. So would you say that if you were to think of her as a whole, her niche, if we were talking about that, the thing that she is well known for is that she helps with home decor, home recipes, all of the homemaker, if we were going to put it in a bubble of what that looks like. Right?
Yep.
So this is what she did. She dialed in her message and her niche, and she did not only create an impact, but she attracted those who were looking for what she had to offer. Now, this was completely inspired by my friend Kathy today, because she told me that Martha Stewart has, I wrote it down on a sticky note, she has a how to keep your house clean schedule. I'm going to go Google that. But because of Kathy and our call this morning, I was like, my gosh, Martha Stewart, she's the OG of lifestyle branding. But there was somebody before Martha Stewart. We're going to go back. Who knows and remembers who this is? If you know who this is, drop it in the chat. She's absolutely one of my favorite women. And I feel like she probably is not very well known these days. Melissa Ruley. Did I say your name right? I tried. Can you unmute? Do you know who this is?
Yes, it's Betty Crocker.
Nope. You were
No,
no, you were close. You were so
okay. And yes, my name is Missy Roy, but you're good.
Missy Roy.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
worries. Sorry, I was wrong.
No, it was a really good guess. Michelle Taylor. She's giggling over there. Who is this, Michelle Taylor?
Julia Childs.
That's correct. is Julia Childs. She was before Betty Crocker. Well, probably not. Betty Crocker's a personification of a corporation.
Yes.
A real person, right? So this is Julia Childs. She was one of the very first women to host her own cooking show on television. She provided tips and lessons on how to prepare French food simply and easily. She introduced the American population to gourmet French cuisine when they thought it was only available or popular or for the uber wealthy individuals. She was born in 1912. She would host her TV show in the 1960s, and she created her own unique lifestyle brand without ever leveraging social media. Can you imagine what she could do today? Now, if you have not heard of social media, Julia, there's a great movie out about her. It was fantastic and fun to watch. Marcy, you know, she's like, that was actually really good, right? It was really amazing to watch what she had to overcome to get to where she wanted to go. But one of the things these two women did was it didn't happen overnight. So I want you to understand that social media is an incredible tool, but you're not gonna hit it overnight. It's a opportunity for you to work at something and to get better. It's a skill set. So if you're learning how to leverage social media to learn things for the first time, you have to give yourself grace, just like I'm sure Julia did, to give herself the opportunity to learn something new. And how many recipes did she have to try before she got the perfect thing? And then the more she did it, the beautiful cycle started to occur, which is the confidence into competence. So she started having more confidence because she was getting more competent. And the more competent she got, the more confident she got. So guess what? She kept doing it and she would fail, but she'd get back up and try again. And then she would fail. And then she'd get back up and try it again. Heck, Martha Stewart went to jail, but she came out and recreated her entire business and is now back on track. So I share that with you because it doesn't happen overnight. You got to give yourself time. All right, here's your don't be weird quote. Don't be weird. You don't want to be a running infomercial on your social media. If you're sharing products that you love and you are earning commissions off of that, you're actively networking, you do not want your social media to be product. There is nothing that will turn someone off from following you if all they ever see is that you're just actively sharing products and they don't get to see the real you. That part of you that makes you unique. You do want to add value and you want to share all the things you love that make you uniquely you. If it's hiking with your family or carrying your dog in a backpack, people do that. We have someone in our neighborhood. They have a little baby cart that they put the dogs in. They have their own little walking group now. They started out with 1 or 2 of these little people. Now they've got like 3 or 4. Those dogs don't even walk. They're in the baby strollers. It's like a buggy bunch for dog mamas. It's a group. They are then attracting those people that are actively searching for that or the community. Inherently, when you're adding value and you're sharing, you will attract those people that are looking for what you have to offer. It goes back to what our friend John says, is that when you add values to others, one must first value others, which is really important. So you're going to add value and you're going to share the things you love with the people that you love. How do you add value? So this picture I want to share with you on the, I think it's on the right side of your screen, is what skin cancer looks like. This is my little spiel. Wear your sunscreen. Wear your sunscreen. Wear your sunscreen. Don't give me no lip. Wear your sunscreen. Put your hat on. Your babies need sunscreen, but don't leave yourself out in the process, which is what I've done for over 20 something years. I was the iodine and baby oil generation. Anybody else? Okay, I know where you're at. I see you were probably in the late 80s, tanning it up, early 90s. That's what we did. I don't even know what the iodine did. I think that we secretly hoped we'd be browner somehow. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it hyperactivated something in the baby oil. Well, after doing that for years and exposing my skin and myself, I was diagnosed with skin cancer over a year ago. And that was on my arm. It was not a big deal. And then this last summer, we came home from a trip to Mexico, and I had a single little spot right on my nose. Just one little spot. It looked a little odd. It didn't look like it was healing. It would like kind of break out and then go away, and then break out and then go away. So I totally went to the dermatologist only for that singular spot on my nose. And I thought she would say, well, we'll just do a little something, something there. We'll burn it off. And then she didn't. She said, well, there's this one, there's this one, there's it. She started pointing out these other spots. So this is topical chemo radiation. It's a topical cream that you put on your skin. And what it does is it activates cancer cells. So what I didn't see was all of the under subclinical cancer that we couldn't see because it wasn't topical yet. So what you're seeing is the day after the last day. There's actually a gnarlier picture. I just didn't want to scare y'all. So the interesting part is that throughout this whole experience, I chose to do these 4 E's, which I'm going to share with you today about adding value. I chose to take the situation that I was given, and instead of hiding, I chose to share and to use these 4 E's to create content to educate. So 1, educate. First E, you're educating others on things that you love, your products, your services, or the business that can help them with. You're educating on things you find interesting or you're learning personally. Educating others through your personal and life experiences. It's not that life isn't going to happen. It absolutely is going to happen. It is how we deal with it that truly matters. And sometimes what we go through is meant to help someone else, and we just don't know it in that moment. Entertaining people, have fun. You do not need to shake your booty to grow a massive following. You're not going to see me shaking my gadunk. It's not going to happen. I just haven't gotten that far out of my comfort zone yet. I'm not saying never, but I'm saying like right now. Okay. But you do want to have fun, and you want to allow your audience to see that side of you that shows them that you are not a robot. You are a genuine, real person experiencing real life things. You also want to empower people. In a world with so much negativity that bombards us constantly in our news feeds and mainstream media, it's all around us. I want to encourage you to choose to be positive and empower others to believe bigger for themselves. It's not perfection that we're after, it's progress. We are working on being better tomorrow than we were today. Some days we kill it. We remember to move the laundry from the washer to the dryer. Amen. Some days we forget, and 4 days later, we're buying everybody new clothes because that load is like mildewed. It just happens. But you're better tomorrow than you were today in some small way, shape, or form. Okay. I want to empower people, but you want to encourage them. So piggybacking off of empowering is encouraging because you get to be a light in the darkness. Share the things that make your heart happy and smile. That can help encourage someone else during their day too. It's not going to be roses all the time. But despite the life happenings and goings, we can still choose joy. So this reel that I created on skin cancer and what the reality of chemo treatment looked like has to date hit over 500,000 views on Instagram, over 675,000 on Facebook. And I just found it on YouTube that it's over 10,000. So collectively, it's over 1 million views. And I can't tell you now, I've lost track of how many amazing, heartfelt messages I have received from women who have seen the message, got educated, and got checked. Some got their clear, and some were diagnosed. So that is hugely empowering for me to continue to share life, the happenings, the comings, the goings. But I want you to see this and know this is not my products that I represent or I share in health and wellness. This is real life, a real person choosing to leverage their social media to make an impact over an income. Because when you make the impact, that income will come. One of the things we hear all the time, as we're getting ready to wrap up, is that consistency is queen. Consistently showing up in your social media allows your followers to build trust and credibility with you. It also creates something called like, no trust. By adding values and helping others to solve problems that share the things that help them, cultivate and create communities where people will never feel sold to, but by simply valuing your advice. They love the things that you create. They love the things you share. You're educating, you're empowering, you're entertaining, you're equipping, you're encouraging. So when you share something that you are being paid for, then they're more inherently feel like they're not being sold to. This can be join me at church, join me in a small group, join me at revival. This doesn't just have to be in the business scope of things. You can, again, leverage your social media in all different ways, shapes, and forms to make a huge impact. One way is to actively be in your stories on Instagram. I talk more about this in the workbook, but I want to see, can you drop a chat for me? A 1, if you are actively in your stories every day. And a 2, if you're being honest and like, I'm not as active as I would like to be. That's a little out of my comfort zone and something I need to work on. Blow up that chat and let me see. I love it. And if we're being honest, that stories is really like days of our lives. Do you remember there was a season of time where we would sit down every day between 1 and 3 o'clock. It was days of our lives, another world, and then General Hospital. Ria's giggling because she probably remembers. Remember Sonny from General Hospital? He was the bad guy that you loved to hate. Well, you would tune in, incredibly enough. We would actually, I know the Gen Zers are like, what? It was not recorded. You had to buy the Soap Opera Digest on Friday to catch up and read it. It was crazy. But if you missed an episode, you didn't really know what happened the day before. So, but it is very similar to our stories because people with that 8-second attention span are more likely than ever to go through and follow your stories right now. So they're following and they're actively seeing, what does your day look like? What are you doing? Your comings, your goings, the things. This is a great spot for you to share about what you're actively sharing about for your life. But in that, you're still growing your like, know, and trust factors. So it's really important to be consistent in your stories. Again, I talk more about that in your workbook. But here's some really cool things that are happening right now, more than ever before. There are very trending and popular ways for you to actually monetize your social media. So when you're adding value and you're sharing the things you love with the people you love, it becomes a no-brainer that you're going to leverage your social media to earn additional income. It's a great way to, you're not doing anything other than what you were already doing. So if you're here and you're on this call, you're actively on social media. We all are. And we're actively, if we're being honest, we're all sharing the things we love with the people we love. I know Josie has an amazing nail girl. I ran into her the other day and she was on her way to see her. So she looked at my nails and she said, you need to go see her. Now her nail girl does not pay Josie a dime to share about, she should. I think she sent half the town to her, but she doesn't, right? But we share the things we love with the people we love. So I want to break down a couple of ways that are trending right now and the most popular for social sharing or selling on and leveraging your social media. One is an affiliate marketing program. Think of the Amazon affiliates. They actually earn a commission off of the one-time purchase from someone who uses their link to purchase a recommended product. One product, one-time sale, one-time commission on that sale. No commission on repeat orders. That's really important. I get asked all the time about my eyelashes. I get them on Amazon. I don't have an affiliate link. I will just send you that They are fantastic. Okay. I love them. They're $12. They're great. I had to watch YouTube videos to learn how to do it. But once I figured it out, it's lickety split, right? Well, then there's the next step, and this is direct selling. This allows ambassadors to share products directly to the market without all the overhead or expenses of a large startup corporation or a brick and mortar business. They share products or services directly to customers and is paid commissions for that one-time sale or the repeated sale of those returning customers. That sounds great, right? It's a great little shop. They're direct selling, but the best of both worlds happens with something called network marketing. Now, network marketing takes both worlds and it integrates the affiliate link to recommended products where they're earning commissions. But with network marketing, you earn all commission on all orders every time they order for the lifetime that that customer orders. But what it does that is different is that it allows for leadership development. So therefore, you can help others start up their online businesses and they can earn commissions on, and you earn commissions on the sales of everything that's happening for them. This is my favorite part. With our company, at least, it never comes out of their pocket. Our company rewards us with over 50% of all of our income from our company comes back into the field, again, from real people having real experiences with real products and that word of mouth. So what does it look like for you? I don't know. That's why you want to check out your Social Media Made Simple workbook, and you're going to process through that. So your homework, if you choose to accept it, is that you're not just going to sit on a mastermind and take amazing notes or listen in, but you're actually going to take the work and do it and apply it. And you're going to see growth and change. So amateurs will sit on calls just like this and take it all in and do nothing with it. Professionals will sit on calls just like this, take it all in, take all the notes, do the homework, and apply one thing at a time. Not the whole shebang, one thing at a time. So you're going to be receiving your Social Media Made Simple workbook in your email right after this call if you pre-registered for this event. If you are watching this on replay, you want to reach out to me. We will have a link available for you to be able to purchase that. But it is my gift to you for joining me tonight. When you could have been anywhere, you chose to be here. So I want you to take the time, work through the lessons, apply the simple tips, and that help to create an incredible content that will make you feel good about what you're adding and how you're adding value to those that you want to reach. Again, whether you're sharing products you love, a brick and mortar business you created, you're selling dream homes, or you're in ministry that's spreading faith, hope, and love, learning to leverage your social media will be key to getting your message to the masses. More than ever before, we have the opportunity to make a global impact in the lives of others. Through social media, we can touch on the lives of people on the other side of the planet. I want you to write really big on your paper. I get to. You don't have to do anything. You could keep it quiet and shut up and not tell a soul, and nobody would know about whatever it is. But what if by you sharing the thing that you love the most, the thing that you're passionate about, the thing that you're working through, changes someone else's life for the better? You're educating, empowering, entertaining, and encouraging others to have hope. We all have influence, whether we have 200 followers or 2 million. The question I want to ask you tonight is, how are you choosing to use your influence for good? I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight in this mastermind. I have some more fun things that are coming soon. But I want you to take the time, invest in yourself, and do the work. Everything changes when you decide to be the change. We truly can change the world. one person at a time. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. So before I let you guys go, one last opportunity to get in our drawing tonight for a private 45-minute coaching call with me. This is your question. If you could be anything in the entire world, what would you want to be? Drop it in the chat in 2 words. 2 words. I'm loving all of these answers. I hope you guys can see all these popping up. Can you see all these? Lynn, can you see these? They're so good. I love that, Claudette. Confident and inspirational. Tammy Warren, I want you to journal what successful women look like. Because success, the definition, is actually really cool. I had it written down somewhere. It is the pursuance of something greater than yourself. But it could mean and look different to you as an individual. All right. Love it. All right, I'm gonna cap us out and I'm gonna scroll and I'm gonna pick you right now live on the call. Are you ready? Okay. See, I'm trying not to pick somebody I know because I'm like, I can just call you on the phone. All right, Rebecca Dowd. Where are you at? There you go. Will you unmute for me?
Hey.
Hey. Where are you at?
I'm over here.
There you go. I'm trying to find everybody. Hey, bestie.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
This is amazing. Thank you, by the way.
You are so welcome. What was your favorite part tonight?
The social media check. That was a little bit of a gut check to say, hey, you know what? It's time for a change.
I love it. You are absolutely going to love your workbook.
I'm excited. Yes.
A lot more in-depth information in there for you to take and apply. So friend me over on Facebook if we're not friends already, and then we'll get you scheduled here like in the next 24 hours. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank
I got
you.
lots of stuff happening and I want to see you before I leave the country. So
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Stay tuned. We have a lot more coming. This is my year to embrace all the things, the curly hair, the public speaking, the awkwardness. I'm not promising I won't booty shake, but I don't know. Kira might get me doing something. But it is also the year for me to get out of my comfort zone and to share with all of you the things that I feel like I am gifted and talented in. So stay tuned because we have a lot more coming. And this is the year that we're creating more content than I'm consuming. So I want to give back to you. And I want to say thank you again. So have a wonderful night and thank you for taking time to join us.